All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to my wrestling channel, Wrestling with TMossBoss. And in today's video, yeah, man, we got to talk on this Kevin Nash comment on Javon Evans. But yeah, for those that don't really, because I know there might be some people that's they don't really follow wrestling, but you might be familiar with Kevin Nash. You know, if you, especially if you're like an old school wrestling fan and stuff, and you were probably seeing that like, why is he trending? What did he do? What did he say to where it got him to a point where he now has to trend behind it? So Kevin Nash, usually for the most part, when he's talking about people, like if he says something online, usually for the most part, people support what Kevin Nash is saying. But this time around, yeah, he messed up. He went after and it was, to me, I just find it so crazy because Javon Evans, for those that don't know who this guy is, he's definitely somebody that's gonna have a highlight reel of just his best moment. Like if you go to the WWE channel, there's a lot of different like Randy Orton RKO's, Brock Lesnar destructful moments, John Cena's biggest, we used to call it the FU, but it was now the attitude adjustment. But yeah, you see all these different wrestlers where they got like these moment videos and stuff. Javon Evans is definitely gonna be one of those wrestlers, and that's the thing where so Kevin Nash, he was talking about Javon Evans' personality, saying that he needs to be a little bit more darker. I guess like he wants him to be a heel. And I'm like, fam, it's not his time to be a heel right now. I think that when it is, though, like it's definitely gonna be one of those things where it's like we're not gonna expect it. Like we're gonna see him like working with somebody where it's just okay, cool. Like they getting along, they attack. All of a sudden, Javon Evans just does some old crazy clothesline, knock them out, and it's like, what just happened? Like, no, this is not, it's too early for this. Like, no, you're still young. Like you ain't got, and that's the thing too. Like Javon Evans, he is such a young, talented wrestler where it's like he has so much area and space in his career to learn, progress, become a better. And that's the thing. It's like you can't even say become a better wrestler. It's like at least people like me, I can't say that because I'm like, yeah, the stuff that he be doing, like so what's funny is that before Kevin Nash had made this comment, Javon Evans, he went viral. Like, and it was definitely one of those cutters where it was like, wow. So one guy was standing on the turnbuckle. Javon Evans, he's standing on the other turnbuckle. The guy jumped. I think he was going to slam or do something. I can't remember what he was doing. Javon Evans literally, like it's if Randy Orton was a high flyer or something. But anyways, but no, yeah, Javon Evans, he met up with the wrestler pretty much in the middle of the ring, gave him a cutter, and it was like, when have I ain't never seen that before. Like that's a new move. I'm like, it's an old move, but that's a new version of that move. Yeah, it's definitely one of those things where I could see where maybe not in this WWE 2K game that's coming out, but in next year's WWE 2K, I could definitely see them trying to have it where that's like a finisher, where it's like, oh, somebody. But I feel like that because 2K, it gets too technical at times. Like they don't have it where it's like the wrestlers move naturally and smooth and all that. Like that's one downfall to the WWE games. But anyways, we ain't talking about that. We talking about Kevin Nash because it's like he goes on. So yeah, he does say that he's a little bit too Mr. Bojangles for me. I wish he was a little bit more urban. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, fam, I understand the era of wrestling where you came from. A conversation like that would be normal. We're in not one of these Triple H eras of wrestling. We're in a new, like, just universal era of wrestling where wrestlers are going to be themselves. They are not going to be, yeah. And that's the thing where it's like, and I feel like that's so much more welcome today being themselves than it was back then because, yeah, you probably did see where some wrestlers, where if they tried to be themselves, like it's rare. It was rare when a wrestler was they got to be themselves and then it turned out good. So I think that with Javon Evans, it's like this is who he is. Like this ain't no like, oh, I'm trying to put on a front or not. No, like this is who he is. And I don't have a problem with Javon Evans, man. And I feel like, there'll probably be somebody out there make a racist comment, talk about, oh, for obvious reasons, you don't have an issue with it. I'm like, no, it doesn't matter about race. It doesn't matter. This is who he is. All right. This is who he's going to be. Unless he wants to change or whatever. It's one of those things where I'm like, how old is Javon Evans? Because he's somebody that's relatively young and stuff. Hold on for a second. Let's see. Okay, there we go. He is 21 years old. They're expecting him to be acting like he's 40 something years old, getting ready to retire. Like that's why I'm like, hey, look, I highly doubt Javon Evans he'll see this video, but if he does, don't change for nobody. Don't change. And you know what I love so much about WWE? So they had it where Javon Evans, he closed out the show, won the match. It was an elimination chamber qualification match. Won the match, smiling at the camera. And it's one of those things where it's kind of feels like that's WWE's response to Kevin Nash, because it's like, fam, you're wrong on this. Okay, them guys, my thing is that if they seen something wrong with not Kevin Nash, but Javon Evans persona, they would have handled that a long time ago. If not that, cut him from WWE. But they see how much of a talented wrestler that he is, and they're like, we can't let this guy go. We can't have it where he goes somewhere else. This man getting accolades, making a name for himself all across the world, and we ain't taking in on that. So yeah, it's one of those things where I think they, appreciate who he is. I think they support who he is. It's one of those things where it's like, you can't really take that away or make it seem like that what your opinion is on Javon Evans is going to be bigger than what their WWE's opinion is on him, and then overall what he wants to be. And it's like, if he wants to be somebody different, guess what? He'll go schedule a meeting with WWE, be like, hey, I want to go through a character change. They're going to probably sit around, do some game planning stuff. And then at some point, if they come up with something cool, if not, then it's like, okay, let's come back to this at a later day and then see what we can come up with. But it's like, if you have any ideas, then yeah, feel free to lay them out on the table, and we can either work with it, work around it, whatever the case is. But yeah, I just think that Kevin Nash, it's like, he's somebody where I'm like, hey, look, bruh, I think it's best that you might just want to sit down and enjoy the Javon Evans, the legacy that he's building. All right, enjoy the ride, because yeah, it's one of those things where, let's just say they decide to listen to Kevin Nash and turn Javon Evans into somebody that he's not. Then it's like, it don't work, and then it's just, okay, now what do we do? Because it's just gonna seem mad weird. We go back to who he was. Now he unlocked that momentum, and it's like, yeah, bro. That's why at times I just think that, wrestlers talk about other wrestlers. I'm like, I ain't gonna say it's a jealousy thing, but at the same time, I'm like, why did this comment need to be made about Javon Evans? Like that's just one of those things where it's like, man, come on now. It's like, let this guy live. Let him be who he wants to be. But anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and peace.